everybody, and welcome to what we believe is episode 8
of
the Pin Clique. Well, joined us last month, which I'm sure you all did. We got the number confused. So we're pretty sure we're at 8, but we are positive. It is the season finale of season 1. See how excited my artists are?
Yeah, keep it on.
Yeah, so for you newbies, the Pin Clique is our monthly online art show that is brought to you by Visioncon, Clever Kaiju, and Playco Games. I've been running back and forth all day. I went to the campus, I came home.
It has been a crazy weekend for her, everybody.
It has been a crazy weekend. Drink and draw was awesome. And we're on day 2 of virtual Visioncon Live.
Yeah, and really quick, huge shout out to all you guys that did panels and workshops this weekend and are doing workshops, even if you haven't done it, that you're doing workshops. Kudos to you, man, and thank you.
Yeah, totally. Anybody that doesn't know, Virtual Visioncon has free workshops on Channel 1 on Facebook Live, just like we are right now. And Channel 2 and Channel 3, we have got VIP content that you will not be able to see for a while if you're not watching live. And these guys are doing awesome art tutorials.
Thank
you. Yeah, 2 more tomorrow. But tonight, it's all about the Pin Clique. And I'm going to introduce my artists. Oh, I'm Deanna Powell. Since season 1, I always forget myself. I am Deanna. I am your host for the evening. I am on the Visioncon staff. And I'm also partial owner, co-owner of Playco Games. And my co-host, Mr. Gary Bedell, is with our Clever Kaiju, which all these guys are from.
Nice to meet you, everyone. Gary here. Again, thank you for watching us this evening. I'm going to be your co-host on this season finale. Let's meet some of the artists. Caitlin, let's start with you.
Sure. Okay. Hi. I'm Caitlin Blaine. I am a cartoonist and illustrator, and I guess my main project that I've been working on for a while now is my webcomic Moxie, but I also take commissions and whatnot. So it's been a party every month participating in these challenges. So yeah.
All right. Well, Nate, on my screen, you are under Caitlin. So with that.
Okay. Hi, I am Nate of Mammoth Press. It's graphic design and illustration. Most notable work is the Potbelly Mammoth comic series at potbellymammoth.com. Self-published Volume 1 is out currently. Also, the Mammoth Press Multicade, which is an arcade cabinet that I designed and built, and I do a YouTube series with the building of and the playing of on YouTube at Mammoth Press, as well as Twitch streaming 3 nights a week at twitch.tv/Mammoth Press.
All right. Let's do Eric now, so you guys can do your little magic mute mic trick. What'd you figure out? We're coming from the same place tonight, so we had to play with stuff.
You're hearing me through Nate's mic right now, is how that's working out.
Okay.
I have the gain jacked up.
So, hi, I'm E. Danger Wright, but you can call me Eric Danger is my middle name. Let's see, I got One Flag coming out. Issue 2 is on its way now. And that's about it currently.
All right. Mr. Daryl Clutch. Well, did I say that right? I missed you last month.
Yep, that's Daryl Clutch. My studio is called Night's End. I'm mainly a visual effects artist, an occasional illustrator. So just started working on the Foundations TV series. It's my current project.
Hey, James Rutherford.
James Rutherford. You can find me at J Rutherford Art on Instagram. I don't know what I am anymore. I do freelance animations and
And you're an educator too, so.
Yeah. So that's about it.
All right. Anna Hampton.
I'm Anna Hansen. I mainly, I do illustrations. I'm learning graphic design. Right now, most of the stuff I'm doing is school-related stuff. I plan to do some of my own personal projects over the break. Before I end up with partial work.
All right, and last but not least, Isaac Crawford finally made it to the pin clip.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Noob.
Yeah, I'm Isaac Crawford. You can find me at Ike Comics. That's IKE Comics on Facebook, Instagram, icomics.com, and I make comic books, obviously, and with all the comics reference there. And let's see. I self-publish mostly, so you can actually read my comics on my website. You can download them and read them for free.
Awesome.
Hell of a guy.
You guys stick around because after we show all the amazing art, everybody's going to enter our plug zone where they get to tell us where exactly you can find them and even more. But for tonight, they are tackling, and I'm watching.
No, it's a we thing. You're right on this
And we've
too.
already done tackled it. It's done tackled.
I didn't do a drawing.
You helped bury the bodies.
I'm
We're all
kidding.
going down for murder.
I don't like that analogy, but we did rated R to G, and I love the phrase Gary came up with. We're taking the serious, dark, and gritty and making it friendly, soft, and kitty.
Aw.
I am the lone person that gets to peak early, and I gotta say, you guys would be sent back to the drawing board. Not because it wasn't good. I love them, but it's PG-13, easy. I don't think you had G. Because the undertones and some of these graphics,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kids are a lot older than they used to be these days.
Like, I wouldn't have got it back in the day, but yeah, probably a 5-year-old would go, I've seen that.
I mean, when I was there, I was playing Mortal Kombat, the Genesis version with blood.
Also, too, to be fair, it's not just dark and gritty. It's also raunch. So some of the stuff are like raunch comedy stuff too. So that counts as well.
Dirty Dancing.
There was a couple of them where I had to look up. It's like, is that really rated G? And then I just realized I had always watched on network television, and all of that stuff had been completely edited out. It's like the first time I bought Big Trouble in Little China on DVD, and like all the fight scenes were like 4 minutes longer. I'm like, this is completely different than what I'd seen before.
Yeah. Trouble was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Just rewatch the Animaniacs.
Oh,
and you're like, how the hell did this crap get on Fox television in the 90s?
Well, let's get started. And James, I'm going to start with you because yours did both. I laughed so hard when I opened that. It's a good one to start with. It explains it all.
Okay. I guess I'll go.
And tell them what movie you picked from the viewer suggestions.
I was going to do Die Hard, but I switched to Porky's just because, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're told to,
Yeah,
I
we talked
think.
about this one. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and it's even on a kid's book. That's clever. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dig it.
Did you guys see the binder?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't even notice that. I actually just took.
Oh my god, dude, that's genius. Oh my god, you totally just won the internet with this.
I was gonna.
Porky's. I just know what it's about.
Yeah. I was gonna do like the towel scene with the girls, and have like a tongue coming out of the floor drain. But I was like, no, better not. So I stuck with this.
This is
Excellent.
Awesome, man. I love this. You got to tell us how you went about doing this, like your process.
I'm always a fan of the parodies on Little Golden Books. They're all over the internet if you've seen them. And I've always wanted an excuse to make one. And my favorite one is with, what is it? Pulp Fiction with Samuel Jackson. And he's like, say what again? I dare you.
Yeah.
And it's all done in that Little Golden Book style. So I was like, you don't get any more kiddie or G-rated in these books. And I had a bunch of these as a kid. And I read the hell out of them.
Same here, yeah.
And so I was like, this is a good excuse to do this.
This was very clever. Yeah.
So I kind of looked at the characters as like Porky, he's got to be a pig just because.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even in the
Identify with
movie,
that.
he's got a pig representing him and his bar. Okay. And then of course Pee-wee being kind of the next main character in there, we got to put him in there. And I was like, well, how do we represent Pee-wee? So he's a little pervert. So I was like, okay. So I just took some iconic imagery from the movie and threw it in the binder area. And then just thought about some of the scenes and just tried to incorporate them into something like this. And then, through a grunge texture, did some paint, paintbrush strokes in there. Kind of tried to do like the binding has been, open because these books, they got that hard, shiny binding on them, and when you open them up back and forth, they start to get the paper tears, so you get those white edges.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually thought you just grabbed like an actual book off of and then superimposed on.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a
it's the
lot of
same thing.
other tricks that I've done where to make it look real. There's a lot of other drop shadows
Amazing.
and everything else.
Yeah, so that's from scratch. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
I thought-
this is all. This is all done from scratch.
Jesus.
So there's all my layers.
Yeah, that's clever, man. I actually thought you superimposed your artwork onto a book, and then
No, it's all. Yeah, it's all in there.
yeah, well done, man.
Yeah, dude.
All the layers. So yeah.
Yeah, future and counterfeit golden books.
Yeah, my favorite part was when I realized the balloon. I noticed the balloon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to give it something that you had to look at it a little bit harder on some of it.
that was pretty obvious.
Now, some of it's in your face, but some of it's kind of, like the binding. Most people aren't going to pay attention to that, but it's all stuff. In the movie, Pee-wee's got his ruler he uses in the morning. We got of course, the condom wrappers, the basketballs, and the jock straps, and all of them have some sort of symbology in the movie as far as different events that happen. So I figured I should try to incorporate that in there.
I think I saw the ruler and didn't think anything of it, and the basketball maybe, and I was like, yeah, no, that's legit, and my brain just didn't think to look. No, dude, there's a jock strap and a condom right next to it.
Like, how many of you guys here have actually seen Porky's? Like,
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
like anybody else see? Like, just raise your hand, like, so I can actually see.
Oh,
like,
I watched it
man.
again while I was working on it.
like, like all 5-ish, 6-ish.
You know what? Maybe we should give a little synopsis of what the movie or comic book is before you guys present, because I bet a
That
lot
is
of
true.
viewers have never heard of Porky's. But this sounds
And did you guys see the title at the top?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's like I tried to give credit to the director in some little way.
The quick synopsis is Porky's is a 1981 teen sex comedy film written and directed by Bob Clark about the escapades of teenagers in 1954 fictional Angel Beach High School in Florida.
There you go.
Word.
Impressive you found a font. I assume, is that a font that looks like the Golden Book font?
It's close. It was the
Yeah.
closest I could find that I didn't have to pay like $100 for.
Well, and I mean, I kind of did the same thing where I was like, I've looked for fonts that match other book fonts before, and it's a pain. So yeah, it was really impressive once I realized that that was all custom for this.
Yeah, and the Porkies, I kind of went, it's close to the original movie letters, but again, it was a font that I found that was close enough, and I was torn between two fonts, and I liked this one the best, so that's what I went with.
That's good.
That's awesome. That's super awesome. Deanna, will you say something really quick? I think something happened with your sound.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, you're good now. Earlier you had said something, but I couldn't hear it. But sorry about that.
That's all
No, I
right.
think this is amazing, man. And again, I couldn't believe it's from scratch, dude. That blows my mind. We should have done this one last. Now it's like, who the?
I know, right?
The bar.
No, this I thought it captured the rated R to G perfectly.
It does. It's perfect.
Yeah, and anybody watching, keep watching. They're all like this.
No, the condom balloon is pushing it though. That's like G.
What, the cigar isn't, or the jock strap? No.
Well, I mean,
Back in the Golden Book time, I think cigars would have been.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The cigars everywhere in kids' stuff back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what do you mean? I thought somebody just blew the balloon up wrong.
What's funny is that it kept perfect shape and then tied it. So what is keeping
Some of those metal rings in there,
Yeah.
like a hot air balloon.
It's a cartoon. We've got cartoon logic. If you start poking it,
Your brain will break if you start trying to break down cartoon logic, like James was saying.
Yeah, we're done if you're going to try to pick a cartoon logic.
It's funny he called out the shape of the balloon and not the anthropomorphic pig standing there.
Oh, that's normal. And they all smoke. We know this. This is fact.
Yeah.
Well, how about now we move on to Walking Dead, the comic? I believe that was Caitlin.
Yeah. Let me pull that up. I was also very inspired by the idea of trying to make a children's book kind of cover, but I'm a little blown away by the whole take the little golden book spying, so I didn't think about that.
I dig it.
Oh,
And again, my nephew would read this like, "Oh, look at the blood."
So, yeah, it looked a lot more rated G before I added in the blood layer.
It always has.
Then it probably, started to blur the lines a little bit to PG.
No, but that's okay. That's totally okay.
That's red dirt.
If it really bothered you,
right? Yeah.
just do what the comic code always made them do. So it was like the blood was either like black or blue or some off color, so it was okay.
Yeah.
It's not a human. It's not an actual person that was the victim, so it's okay. Like a robot or a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many robot foot soldiers in the Ninja Turtle series.
That's exactly why. They're not people.
So the zombie's smiling because it's we gotta keep it G. So, and it's for kids, so we gotta teach them something. Z is for zombie. And I mean, as far as like the way I put this one together, I did things a little bit different. So with each month with the prompt, I've kind of tried different techniques. And then this month, I did each like piece of clothing is its own layer. So like with Rick here, like his jacket is on one layer.
Nice.
And so then I would put layers on top, clipping layers on top for like multiply and overlay for different effects. And then I had some effects on each character is a folder. So then I could put effects on the folders as well. So like I kind of tried to do a little bit of like rim lighting and the blood and all that, just to simplify it a little bit for me. So I kind of did this sort of this like cutout I guess if you want to give it a nickname, technique of each thing is its own like little cutout, and then I kind of drew on top of it. So
The edge light effect really works well to pull them in and make the whole background and everything cohesive.
Yeah, very cinematic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. Whoa.
What was your inspiration for the character design?
A little bit too much behind the curtain.
Well, I looked at a lot of when I first started the like brainstorming. I looked at a lot of little golden book covers, and I kind of looked at some of the more modern day ones. So Disney puts out a lot of them. So I kind of took the designs of the Disney characters that they were putting on these covers with these kind of larger eyes. The bodies were more anatomically correct than like super cartoony. And then I'll be honest, I when I first saw the prompt in like the prompt list and called dibs on The Walking Dead, because I was like, oh yeah, cute zombies, I'm gonna go with that. I didn't realize it was for the comic, so I started drawing the characters as they were from the TV show because I'm more familiar with the TV show.
Yeah.
And so I straight up drew a Daryl in this picture, and I'm like, wait, he's not even in the comic, so I had to like take him out.
I
And then
thank you for adding Glenn.
Yeah, and so I put Glenn in his place. So I was like, okay, so
It's impressive you drew so many figures for this and kept it like
so yeah, so I kind of used a lot of the Golden Book for inspiration with it, and then I kept, of course, the background kind of simple. But yeah.
James Daly says this would make a great T-shirt design.
Yeah.
Just do a limited run so you don't get sued.
Yeah.
Robert Kirkman would think that is a great idea if you got a check.
I'm sure.
Maybe you could change walking to another word that's
The toddling
scrolling.
the skipping.
So I also had some textures on top, similar to James. I've got another one in the background. I had like a blood splatter in the background, but it was a little much, so I toned it down just a little bit. So kind of went with a grunge effect instead.
The funny thing is like this is one of those situations where I've got one kid in kindergarten, the other's in pre-K, and you could have totally done like bloody handprints, and it would have just looked like kid handprint. Like they
yeah. Like every kindergarten wall.
Yeah.
I love it because it looks like something that you would see on the shelf.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Seriously, like it's same with James's cover. I mean, it's something you would see on the shelf, and I would buy this. Same with James's cover. If these were books, I'd buy them.
Yeah,
straight up.
They do
I mean, the style is down, even down to like the types of brushes that you used. Like, it's like you have it down. It's a really good looking stuff there.
Well, thanks. Yeah, and I purposely did go with like a softer brush with this illustration piece too, just because I know the Golden Book covers. So many of those illustrations on the covers are very soft and kid friendly looking.
And they're doing kind of slightly more grown up titles right now. Like they've got a Star Trek series and then a Star Wars series and then all the Marvel stuff, and it's definitely this style. So I wouldn't have even thought twice if I'd seen it on the shelf.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, if they ever want to make a kid's book of Walking Dead, I volunteer to illustrate it.
Very reasonable.
I also like that you are messing with textures here. If I'm not mistaken, it's like textures seem to be like the big thing with this piece. Am I mistaken there, or is that something that you were purposely?
Well, yeah, definitely. Like with the brush, the brush I was using is a textured brush, and then the textures on top that I overlaid at the end. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I contemplated doing like a cell style cartoon version that you could see like on, Fox TV or whatever. But I really wanted to go with more of this softer kids book illustration.
Like if that Michonne was a toy, I would buy it. Like seriously, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell Kirkman about that one.
Yeah. Thanks.
Why don't you just fan art it to him and be like, I have an idea.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely tag him. Put it up on Instagram and tag him. I've seen that stuff work out more than once.
Well, okay.
I mean, David Frizzell got his relationship with Cousin It, the original actor, Felix.
Uh-huh.
He just took him fan art. He's like, hey, I drew this. I wanted you to have it. And it was at Lebanon like 4 or 5 years ago. And like right there in front of me, I took a picture of them working out like a business deal right then and there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Did a lot of work for him since. And
That's really cool.
great relationship.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
There you go.
there you go.
You know,
Yeah.
I could actually see you like this could get you work, like the stuff that you've been showing
Thanks.
on here. Like you could get a gig with Scholastic, like doing this stuff easily, like no bullshit. Like,
Oh,
Well, and I
really
mean,
think you could.
that's kind of like in a simplified form. These are like artist briefs. Each of these assignments, it's like what you would get from a publisher. So you're showing, hey, I can, and what? I mean, we have like 2 weeks to do these. So not only can we do something with guidelines, but you're doing it, you know, in a time frame and hitting a deadline in a specific style. I mean, those are all good selling points, you know, as far as hireability.
yeah.
That's what we've covered in discussions already with the Pen Click in general. Like, hey, here's what you need to do. This is what's expected. Here are your guidelines. Here's your due date. Go.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
when you can consistently deliver like this, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. These have been fantastic challenges. I'll say that much for sure. Yeah. And just the kind of, Gary, what you're saying earlier, how there isn't any consequences with what we do with these. Like we can play around as much as we want. Like it's our own sandbox. So it's been fun experimenting with different styles and techniques and just all sorts of fun things.
Yeah.
So cool. Thanks, guys.
Great stuff.
Yeah, that's something I've been witness to so far this season is seeing you guys comment on each other's stuff or say something you like, and then when you explain it, I do see some of you picking up different things, and that could just be from trying new things. I don't know, or it could be the clever Kaiju magic where you're teaching each other.
Yeah, I could definitely see some inspiration from different projects being kind of thrown into other people's.
Oh yeah. Well, I see everyone else's work and it's like, man, I got to step it up like
Exactly.
every
Yeah,
month.
that's what I do, too.
I have the same color palette. I need to change it up. Yeah.
Okay, well, Gary, how about you next?
Okay, cool. I guess I'm gonna go now.
You probably
Yeah, you
the
are.
one that
Yes.
you realized was rated R. Right?
What's that?
I said you brought us the one that people didn't realize was rated R.
Yes, I did. I did Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no clue.
So I don't know how many of you guys have actually seen Revenge of the Nerds. Show of hands here, like on the. Okay, great. I was like, man, I don't know if this is like an old guy movie or not, but
No.
I think it is an old people movie.
It's whenever you get into admitting that you've watched the TV versions of like Revenge 5 or whatever. That's
Yeah.
Oh man, oh, we're not gonna talk about those. We're trying to have a good time here, Derek. But as you guys know, this is the end scene where they beat the alpha betas in the talent show, and I wanted to do it live. I kind of had like the little spine there. It's not as detailed as James's, though. That was brilliant again, by the way. But I always treated like it was inside the book itself, and I did Lamar's first line of the song. Well, everybody knows it who's seen the movie. With this, I used a 3B sketch brush, so I did all my characters with like I tried not to use contours almost just like blocks of color.
Awesome.
Wormser. I love that because he's got like huge teeth up front.
Yeah.
I love the mid-mood walk head thrust.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I did like Lewis and Gilbert and Booger and.
I like that I can hear the violin solo right now.
But like like Kayla was talking about, I was just like, okay, I can only use this brush for this whole illustration because it had to have a certain look. It looked a certain way in my head, and it had to look that way on canvas. So I went through brush after brush until I found this one, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. And I just started drawing it. And so I roughed it out. Let's see. Hold on.
You packed so much content into that. So many people.
I love how all the people have like different facial expressions. Like
Yeah.
all their faces are individual.
I feel like I can see the actors through those faces.
Yeah.
That is actually one thing that I really wanted to capture, even though it was minimal. I wanted to capture likenesses of the actors. Some of them were really tricky too, like Curtis Armstrong. He's actually really tricky to draw. He was probably the toughest out of all of them. Wormser was really easy because he has a lot of exaggerated features. Like he has like
Yeah.
big hair and the huge glasses and the big teeth, that kind of thing. Lamar was a little tricky too, but then I found out it's all in his cheeks. He's like cheeks, like really, streamlined nose kind of deal. So I was like, okay, I can get him down. And Lewis and Gilbert, Anthony Edwards, I think, is the guy who plays him.
From ER.
Yeah, from ER. Yeah, yeah, from ER. It's always funny because I'm like, oh, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. Anytime anyone brings him up. But I do both those guys. I used references from the movie, of course, to get their costuming down and, get as close as I could, but keeping it looking like it's from a kid's book or something.
Now I have a request. Sing it to us.
Sing what to you?
The page.
Oh, the page?
You can't just read it.
Yeah. No, see, that doesn't come with this package.
Oh, your host says it
You have to buy
does.
a VIP pass for that.
How many times did you guys tell me that I'm running this show?
Oh, yeah, well, within reason.
You want me to just go, clap your hands, everybody, and everybody clap your hands. We lambda, and Omega move. I'm not doing the whole song. That's it. That's all you get.
For the full song, see his OnlyFans.
Yeah, you give him my OnlyFans and go ahead and sing the whole song.
Now I feel like that should have been the finale.
I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything.
I like I might have missed the note that to turn it into like kids' books, like books, children's books.
Oh no, it could be anything. It's just I was like,
I'm sensing a theme that I missed the boat on, but I like
Yeah, me too.
how the background was like.
No, it's not. It can look like an animation. It can look like it's from a kid's book. It doesn't matter as long as it looks like a kid's intellectual property.
You
That's all
guys have just been around each other too long, and you're starting to think alike.
Probably.
I like the brushed blue background. Like that's very traditional, like old school. I had so many books like that when I was a kid. Like they were just like windows of color,
Yeah. That was fun.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
It's very colorful, but you have a palette there. Like it's, you kept it in a certain range.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
didn't
have
want to go
something
too far out.
Because that's expensive.
Too much.
You picked this scene. Like, why was it this one?
Is the only appropriate scene in the movie that can translate?
Well, it's iconic for one.
Yeah.
Two, it has a lot of the cool characters in it, who were like the big stars of the movies. Because my original plan, I was gonna do different bits, like different mini scenes, like when they're doing the Olympian Games, where they're doing like the burping contest and like the Trojan horse thing and like that whole event. I was gonna have to do that, and I was like, no, I gotta do the concert. The concert's too iconic. I can't, not do that, because then everyone's gonna be like, why did you do the concert?
Yeah, so everybody's asking me for every other scene.
Or the liquid heat and the jockstrap would have been a good one too.
You did what?
Gary, I know that with your previous works, you've always focused a lot on lighting and like setting up your lighting. Did you like have any of that in your mind whenever you're envisioning this, or how did you did you just play with values to make sure things popped?
Yeah, mostly just like to guide the eye here. And I also noticed in the movie they just use spotlights on the characters. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to make simple little patches of light that look like spotlights. And that was it. Because like even with the hair, like if you look at some of the hair where the lighting is, it's kind of just, it's all over the place. It's kind of fake almost, because you have some there and there. And then here and here, where that would actually be all lit. Actually, it's kind of minimal, honestly. My honest opinion.
Yeah, but doesn't that fit really well with the style you were doing? Like, this does remind me of an old Golden book a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well.
very well done.
Can you sing it again?
No, and that's why I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
Maybe we'll bring it up and all sing it at the end together.
It's like what I'm gonna do is be like, all right, yeah, I'll sing the whole thing, but next year at con, everybody dresses like every character in that scene. No back talk, no Texas backsies.
Yes, anyone watching right now, start casting that. Tell us.
We'll start dropping off.
But I'm not singing the song, so you'll never see it.
Hey, I know how to make you. How about we bring up Corey the Seas next? He
did
tonight,
John
but
Wick.
you guys know how to explain it, right? I need to bring this up, don't I?
Yeah.
Actually, okay. I have a huge confession to make right here live on Facebook, and the geek world's gonna hate me for it.
He peaked.
But I don't care. I've never seen John Wick.
What?
Oh.
I've never seen John Wick.
I only recently saw the first two, like within a few weeks ago.
Don't bother with the third one, but the first.
I've never seen John Wick. I want to. I just never think to like watch it.
They're
I'm
cool.
there with you. I haven't.
It looks awesome. I just haven't been
like,
like, oh, I want to watch John Wick.
No,
I need to put it
I went
in
and
my
saw
plan.
Nobody last night, and that's by the same creator. It fits in the same world.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really it's a really really fun series.
So we can get back to the movies, the theater movies.
Yeah.
No, man, the Alamo opened on Wednesday. I've been there twice already.
Nice.
Watching everything on the VR headset on HBO. I'm fine.
Well, I am
that
going
was
to
intense.
share Corey the Seas drawing from
That's
John Wick.
sweet.
Obviously, that's why we're talking about that. And he couldn't join us tonight. He was at Drink and Draw. I finally got to meet him in person. There we
Nice.
go. I think.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
Like Jesus with a handgun.
I love that.
I think it's John Wick.
Feels
wasn't
like
it?
it feels like something that came out like right after Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. It's like a mid '90s
Yeah.
Yeah.
sort of look.
That. It's like Beauty and the Beast, John Wick, Quest for Camelot.
Yeah.
Like they all came out at the same time. Wait, what? No.
Yeah, he's got that Disney hero hair.
Yeah, his
Oh.
dog just looks like one of them from Oliver and Company.
Yeah.
God, so
Any moment now, they're gonna break out into song.
Yeah.
Or Disney's gonna kick in the door and
what is
Gary,
your
sing the
that
song.
should-
Gary, sing the song. Now, does anybody? Did he talk to anybody about this? Do we know any of his process, or do we just get to share it and talk about it?
Well, I know that he.
Oh no! Don't ruin it.
He, oh wait, hey!
Ah! You'll break your eye. All right.
Edit that part out somehow. You're right in the center. No.
No, but like based off his other work, he. And by the way, I didn't see anything, which is nice. I was like, no, to avert your eyes.
you can see the others behind there though.
But I do like that he, like he has like if you look at his work, he has like an anime background. He does like a lot of anime style stuff, and like seeing this, it's really cool because it's almost like he's like going away from that. He's like, yeah, okay, I want a Disney style John Wick, and he just does it. It's a drop of a hat. If you look at some of his other artwork and the way he does, like he understands how to work in different styles. Like for every character he does, like he can do stuff like Akira Toriyama or like a SpongeBob style. I don't know if you guys have seen his work on his Instagram, but the dude's amazing. So it's great work, Corey.
He looks so similar to, I don't know, the Revenge of Scorpion, the animated movie of Mortal Kombat by Warner Brothers, which his art style for Scorpion was pretty much dead on. Like he could do all the artwork for that whole line of Warner Brother animated movies. Just that, yeah, like he has a very clean look to his. You could totally see that.
What? Right when you guys mentioned Disney hair, all I can see is a Disney movie because like Gaston or Tarzan hair for sure.
Yeah, that looks like an animated on-screen look.
Love it. Well, I've been sharing everybody's links in the Facebook chat while we as they're talking about their art, and I've shared Corey's right here. He won't be here for the plug zone at the end, but you can find all his stuff here, and if you're watching on YouTube, it will be in the description below.
Cool.
Yay. Oh, I have to stop sharing. Okay.
Minimize your browser.
Sharing this up. Good. Okay. That's why you guys usually share your own screens. I totally didn't even think about the shadow behind. So let's look at.
That's okay. You can only see mine.
Been a peek of so far.
I didn't even look. I was just like, center.
Yeah, but now people that like to cheat are like watching this later and going back. I may try.
Well, it's not like they saw enough to be like, I'm good, and walk out. I mean,
You call the thumbnail like, no thanks, then we're in trouble.
Oh, maybe they saw just enough to be like, oh, I have to see the rest of that. Maybe
yeah. Teaser, the onion skin teaser.
Now, next season, let's make a collage of just pieces of all your art and just show that at the beginning. Okay, well, Anna, we partially saw some of yours. Let's go with you next. What did you end up? Oh yeah, you told somebody you wanted something and took it for your prompt.
Nice.
I like that he actually has hair and he doesn't have a receding hairline. That's great. Oh my god.
He's a super soaker.
Unreceding hairline is cracking me up.
I know. The tattoo on the little arm, like I
can see like a total intro for that too. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
I looked up to see what his tattoo was. I noticed as I was looking up images of him, he had the tattoo, but I wasn't sure what it was, so I looked it up. Originally the skeleton was smoking, but it's supposed to be G.
Oh.
So I took that out.
You edited the tattoo. That's funny.
Yeah.
Nick, can we zoom in on it?
At the top, there's a little magnifying glass. Okay. Trying to help.
Is that?
That Super Soaker is really well translated. Like, look at the detail.
Mm-hmm.
I used marker on him. I wanted to try and work on the blending a lot more. It's especially when it comes to like the darker stuff, make it a little smoother and everything. There's most of these, there's like 3 different colors. I have like a whole herd of like various markers and stuff. This is just like a fraction of what I use. But yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Anna, are you showing us something?
We see it. I see it.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
see it.
no, I meant in her thumbnail. Since you're talking on James's microphone, James is showing the whole time you're talking.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
hi, James. We're watching you while Anna talks.
Yeah.
No, that's his voice. He
I'll go back to picking my nose.
I love all the detail you put into that Super Soaker.
Yeah, the image that I used, there is some guy it was a former NASA engineer, created like a huge version of the Super Soaker, so that's what I used as a reference.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's one of the few toys I didn't hold on to.
Did you ever consider extending that yippee-ki-yay?
You read my mind, Deanna. You read
I know, but yeah, because I mean, I hear the rest of it when I read it.
And you could even but you could even say like chicken plucker without it being,
Yeah, initially when I thought it was like PG-13, I was gonna have like Mother Trucker, but it's like then I found out it was. Then I realized it was G. I was like, well, I can't do that, so I just went with that.
That's true, and that goes back to my point at the beginning. You censored yourself, and you would get the G-rated job.
Right.
Yeah,
You're splitting hairs for your G rating. Yeah, that's probably going to be the thing that goes.
This I actually did. I made the building in Illustrator, and then I brought all this in Photoshop and put it all together.
Nice.
Right on.
Nagasaki Tower.
And the cutest little feet.
Yeah.
I was really hoping you would draw something kind of chibi-ish for this challenge.
Feet.
Yep.
It's adorable.
I feel like he should be on a candy wrapper or something.
Yippee-ki-yay choose.
Like Kaiju, but better.
Look at him, little badass. Yeah, very well done. I like that, and that's exactly, you nailed that style, that progression that we've been talking about, Anna, since you first started. Like understanding like what it is that you do and what we can expect from you every time, and you've been nailing it and improving on it every time. So I hope you enjoy doing this because you're good at it.
Yeah, I've liked the challenges, and it's making me draw things that I wouldn't normally think of doing. So it's been really nice.
Just fair warning, the dogs might go nuts. I think the wife came home, so I'm gonna try and mute.
A quick question. How large I know you pull this into Photoshop to finish it, but how large do you draw, like, traditionally?
It kind of depends. This one was on like I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, nice. Okay. I was curious what size micron you used for that tattoo.
Yeah, it's like on a 9x12.
Nice.
So yeah, that tattoo is actually really tiny.
Nice.
Really, really tiny. And yeah, I have a wide variety of pens that I can use that vary in like size. I think the smallest one I have is a .03 to help me get the finer details and stuff. Yeah, but
Cool.
Yeah, very well done. That.
Yeah.
I like how your markers like translate in your scan.
Yeah.
Like they don't. They
Mhm.
look. They seem to keep the form.
Yeah. The textures
Yeah.
scan really well. Almost looks like watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look bleedy or blotchy or anything.
yeah, I think that's one of the things that I think that I use the Copic markers or the alcohol-based markers, and that's usually that's one thing that a lot of people who use those, tend to like about those. They kind of give, you can get that kind of effect with them depending on how you use them.
All right. Thanks, Anna. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite episodes.
It was a good idea. Like
Mhm.
now we got to take something adorably cute and ruin it.
That
Or maybe
can
that's
be
too much.
done by you guys, I believe.
No, I would not commit to that.
All right. Nate, how about you go next, since I partially showed some of yours too?
Who was that?
Nate.
Me?
Yours was sticking out behind Corey's too, so I better.
Okay.
You're next. What did you have? Because you did not write it in the feed, so
I thought I did. Mine is Akira.
I knew it was some kind of anime. That's why it was.
Nice.
So
Oh.
So I went the chibi route. I've never done one before, so I tried my hand at it. I wanted to do something cute and adorable, and always but for those not familiar, Akira is it's an older anime movie. Set in dystopian 2019, Akira tells the story of Shotaro Kaneda, a leader of a biker gang whose childhood friend Tetsuo Oshima acquires incredible telekinetic abilities after a motorcycle accident, eventually threatening an entire military complex and chaos and rebellion in the spring. Yeah, blah blah blah. In short, this guy gets subject to military experimentation. He gets these telekinetic abilities after his motorcycle wreck, and he even gets so crazy in his abilities that he loses control of his body that kind of mutates on him. A lot of common pictures you've probably seen of him is where his arm just going full body horror, just crazy blob, just insane. It's incredible animation, how his body just twists and morphs, but it's horribly disgusting too. And of course the character himself has this inferiority complex. He has this drive to be impressive to his friend, and so as he gains these abilities, his desire to establish dominance and be powerful and be a big deal becomes stronger and stronger, to where he just needs a friend. So I wonder, if he had a friend, what would he be? Would he use his weird morphing mutant powers for good? So this is kind of what I came up with. Like, if he could use his mutating arm for, I don't know, shadow puppets or doing cool puppets. Like, he drew a little friend on his own hand, and he's having a laugh. I just wanted to go cute with it.
I love how you turned his motorcycle into a tricycle.
I'm glad. Thank you.
It's awesome.
As far as going cute, I didn't. I kind of missed the boat, I guess, on the children's book. Like,
No, this is awesome.
But I wanted to use bright colors and an adorable facial expression, and it's like I said, it's my first attempt at that style. I feel like maybe his arm is a little too muscular. I don't know. But I wanted it to be weird and kind of like, but not, like I didn't want to like butcher his arm and get all totally grotesque. I wanted it to, I don't know. But like, I don't know if you ever seen Ed, Edd and Eddy. That kid had a piece of wood named Plank where he just scrawled a face on it. Like, I kind of wanted to have that. Like, he's just having a ball with his friend, or
That is great.
That's awesome.
That is so cool. Because I love Akira. You guys know that. This is so awesome. Great approach too, man.
The process for this was actually pretty simple. Because really, I mean, I did, some of the lighting and stuff just to kind of taper out the edges, but it was pretty much standard. Like, I did all the line work in Illustrator. See if I can find the layers here. I don't know where I put it. Oh, well, all the line work was done in Illustrator, and then I brought it over into Photoshop, and I just dropped in colors. And then I did a color layer, and then a shade layer. And I brought in the bike separately and did the colors for it, and then added effects to kind of brighten it up and bring out the. But I've been doing a lot of on Twitch. Other Twitch streamers have been asking me to do their emotes, where I do a lot of caricatures of them, but in cute, adorable, cartoony ways. With big, because you got tiny little spaces for emote. To capture a lot of content as you can, and so big facial expressions and even the tears coming off the eyes and everything. I've been getting a little bit of practice at it, and I don't know. I just wanted to see it in a big piece here instead of a tiny little emote.
Yeah. Well, it translates so well because it's like if they were to take Akira like as it is and turn it into a kid's anime, and so you've got kind of like the Japanese expressions, like really big and fun and goofy, and it works really well in this piece.
I was hoping like Teen Titans or something. Like, like it would be the newer ones, though, I guess, wouldn't it? Not the older Teen Titans, but the newer ones.
No, they did a lot of that in the older ones.
Did they really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Beast Boy.
Right. Well, yeah.
Now that one I know. And you're right. I can see that.
And his style. I love the cape, like how he grabbed it from a flag and he turned it into and it's such an interesting story because you see this guy, like just, it's tragic and it's horribly sad. He's one of those bad guys that people relate to, and he just spirals out of control. And I don't know, just all he wanted was a friend, just somebody just to recognize him, just validate him,
That's like what he stumbles into really isn't his fault, and then
right.
he just in the comics crazier too.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I was trying to type links, and I think I missed who is his friend here. It looks like a heart he pulled out of somebody's body.
It's his hand transformed into a heart. Like he's like doing his own.
Oh.
Like his little fingers are like at the top of the he basically like controls the mutation to where he can do like cool like I don't know.
I get it.
Little cutie things.
Yeah, I might have missed the mark translating that, but.
Oh, I totally got it. I was like,
I tried to get the little fingers in there so it looked like it was actually his hand that he, But I guess if you didn't really know, because I mean, when in the movie it goes out of control, but it's like, what if he could control it? He could do really cool shadow puppets for kids.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know anime, and I thought and rip somebody's heart out, because it sounds like an anime thing to me. Holding it up. But that makes sense now with the vein. All connects in my head now. I get it.
Good.
Yeah, this is excellent, man. Good job.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed by everybody's tonight so far. This is like a treat. This is why I love like not seeing them.
Oh yeah, I'm glad
the
you made
quicker,
that.
most fun ones that I've drawn. Like it just kind of came. Like I have the pencil sketch next to me. I have a whole clipboard of all the pencils for everything we're doing, and I'm like, add that.
You're saving them all together. So
yeah, I've got all the pencil sketches on a clipboard over here.
Good.
Nice. That would be something fun to share on Clever Kaiju, maybe on the page or the Discord. That Discord we keep talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Discord, baby.
Something I love about taking viewer suggestions and letting you guys pick from those is because, like, if me as the host, I had to come up with all the suggestions for you, I would never pick an anime because I don't watch them. So I think we get a really good variety by opening it up, and then you guys pick things you like out of that variety, and I learn new stuff. So let's see. Isaac, we should have you go next because I usually try not to make the newest person go very last, but I almost made you wait till last. So sorry.
All right.
Oh,
You'll have to share it.
That's right. I should.
So
When
be
you told me
careful.
earlier, I was panicking about.
Oh, actually, you know what? Just download the image and then just use your picture viewer to show.
I need to. That was the thing. Earlier, I should have done that, but I was panicking about getting this. I'm like, sure. Oh yeah. Go ahead while I'm downloading this and tell everybody what you titled it, and they'll laugh like I did.
I titled the file Isaac the Predator. And I was just wanting my name on it, and what I did, it's not a self-portrait.
Now here in a second, when I share the image, you're gonna laugh even harder.
Yeah, right. I did not use photo reference of myself for this pose.
Because I don't know you that well, and he's wearing an outfit. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I remember how to do this. All right, there we go. Do you see it?
Oh my, that's like Rocky Horror.
A different kind of predator.
Oh, that just twisted it.
Oh god, dude, it's like Lord of the Flies ish.
Yes, yeah. I was thinking Lord of the Flies and Rocky Horror.
Oh my god.
You know, a question I have is this maybe their scout leader?
I hope not.
Oh, yeah, perhaps.
Oh.
I love that you have all the characters there. You have all there,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, can you zoom in on that?
Oh, I forgot I'm doing this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to draw each person, try to capture something about them. Jesse Ventura's minigun is a tree stump.
It's a tree trunk with bubble gum.
I see you're using the painterly look on some stuff.
Yeah, I did some different stuff. On
I like this.
Is he? Is he?
I used a brush. I used the Pentel pocket brush. I did inks traditionally, and I used the brush for all of it. I didn't use a pen like I normally do.
Nice.
And then I used I painted with watercolor digitally.
Nice.
Watercolor brushes, and that is out of my norm. So
That predator.
Oh my god.
You know,
Too
Powerpuff
funny.
Girls had a villain. It was the devil character. What was it? Somebody's gonna remind me. Him. I knew it was
Him.
he or him. Yeah, him. And you know, he wore a very similar outfit, like from time to time. So I mean, you know, this flies. This is kids will watch this.
Yeah,
Powerpuff
there's
Girls
nothing
got edgy from time to
inappropriate.
time for adults.
Like the only thing that maybe was too far is the guy cutting his chest.
Yeah, like
So there's
But
blood.
that's great though, because that's from the film. And it's perfect.
Right. Yeah. I guess I didn't actually go down to G though.
If you were
Definitely.
super worried about
Oh,
it,
this
you
is
could change it to
perfect.
like a Sharpie, a red Sharpie or something.
Right. I should have
I-
made it a Sharpie.
I think
but
it plays fine.
I went with Swiss Army knife because they're like, Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
look, there's
This is another movie.
round tables.
I've seen pieces of Predator. I don't know if I've sat and watched it all the way through, so I don't know the characters. But those scouts remind me, I can't place which one it is, but it reminds me of some Cartoon Network cartoon my kids used to watch.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember it, but it's making me think sitting with my kids and watching Cartoon Network.
There was Kids Next Door. But
Maybe.
they were more like spies and.
So I don't remember the characters' names, but the guy holding the rock.
Yeah.
So I put his arm in a cast. I don't know if you guys remember, the Predator rips his arm off in the film.
Okay.
So I just put it in a cast, like as reference to that.
Well, I don't remember him continuing on just armless. Still,
Right.
there's
Well, they don't die in
there's
this
nothing
version.
like edgy about a one-armed person. They do exist.
Yeah, so I could have went there too.
But you're right. In G-rated movies, nobody dies. They just scream off screen and you don't see them again.
Right. And he comes back with a cast. Like, the Predator, he's a jerk, but they give me a cast.
Yeah.
I still love that, like, we've seen your work for quite a while, and like this feels different, and I can tell you use just different techniques
Yeah.
here. That's really, really cool. I love the way it looks.
Right. I tried to jump into the whole idea of this and trying something new, and it was fun.
Yes, I love
I
it.
can still pinpoint it. I could pick your art style out in a crowd. I could still pick it out. It's like that.
Yeah, it's still
but
yours.
Still being surprised of like how much different it is too. Like, is that an MTV shirt he's wearing?
Yeah.
He wears that in the
It
movie.
took me that long to realize.
Yeah, he actually has that on in the movie.
Okay.
He's always chewing tobacco though, so I give him bubble gum.
Right, the bubble gum. Yeah, I got the
Right,
bubble
yeah.
gum.
Hey, are there more like little character traits we haven't touched on yet?
Oh yeah.
Tell us.
So I don't know their names though, but there's the guy that does their explosives. So he has a little bottle rocket. And then I don't remember what the other guy was, but he's the guy with glasses. He was, he just looks nerd. He's the nerdy looking one. So I just gave him like hornet spray.
Oh, so it was like a hype horn?
But yeah.
All right, then let's go through the thought process on this one.
Now look, Predator was wearing like fishnets.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's dressed as kind of like that. Sure.
Yeah, that's not that far off.
It's not quite Predator's mask, but I think you can find those on Amazon, probably.
Hi.
I mean, he's not far off from, except the corset, and the high heels. But
Right.
In the chat, James Daly says, "Look out, Lord of the Flies meets Predator."
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Lord of the Fries.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good first episode for you, Isaac.
Yes.
We got to get you back more often. We got to find a night free.
Right.
Let's see. Next, Daryl, would you like to show off yours?
Sure.
No. Click.
Wait, what?
He just leaves.
No.
What
did you have?
I had Cabin in the Woods, which I almost immediately regretted the choice.
No, I suggested that. I was so happy.
No, I mean it's one of my favorite movies, but then like once I started thinking about it, my initial thing was to do like a Mary Blair Golden Book style, but the problem with like that's like very character focused, that art style. And the problem with the characters in Cabin in the Woods is they're icons. They're like they represent something more than their individual characters. And so I was afraid that would get lost. And so I focused on the cabin. And yeah, it got away from me a little bit.
I love it.
Let's see.
Can we see it too? Damn.
Yeah.
No! There you go. Is it going?
For me.
Is it showing?
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, so like I was wanting to originally do it like a Calvin and Hobbes style, but I was doing it pen and ink, like a pen brush, and basically I bought a bunch of stuff at National Art, RIP, and wanted to use it. And I went from going, I'm going to do this like Calvin and Hobbes, to going, man, I can't do anything I want with this pen brush. So it ended up being like way more my own style than any cartoon style. But what it was as a kid, like I was always making my own play sets. So I like out of cardboard boxes, I had the Star Trek Enterprise bridge and engineering and the Ninja Turtles sewer play set. And so I was like, if I was a kid, how would I build the Cabin in the Woods? Which probably as a kid I shouldn't, but yeah, so it's just basically like it's like a dollhouse sitting on top of a laptop box for the yeah, just tried to that the thing was like there's so much in that movie and like everything represents something. And so I was really having to rein myself in on how much I actually included. So instead of drawing every single monster in a cube, I basically had them like as building blocks with the little character icons on the side, each representing a different creature. And then the little girl like would pick a block, and that's the character that would attack depending on what of their icons are in here. It's got like the merman's conch shell, and I've got him over here in the little bowl. She's got set aside a little mermaid fish toy with hair and He-Man arms glued to it. And then the killer unicorn with the ketchup packet impaled on its horn. And nice, it kind of got lost, but just an iPad in here for their viewing screen. The little board of monster names and stuff. And yeah, I was just really trying to rein myself in and not put too much in there and still get stuff done.
Rein yourself in. This is insane.
Yeah, dude,
this is you pulling the reins, man.
This really was, because like I was like, man, if I don't find a way to simplify, I am going to be sitting there on pause, drawing every single monster and all that. And so my daughter Persephone posed for this. She's the old one, reaching up at the end of the movie to change stuff.
Wow.
But yeah. So yeah, it's pen and ink, and it's the brush pen, and then I did the shadows and then some simple color in Photoshop because I was afraid I'd mess it up if I tried to do it.
There's so much here. Like now, I'm fascinated about this movie because
you haven't seen it? Well,
you gotta go see it.
I did not give the intro. Cabin in the Woods is basic. Like the whole point of it is that there's a group of teens going to a cabin in the woods, and bad stuff happens.
Wait.
Monsters.
Say spoiler alert, because you're gonna have to explain.
Well, and that's okay. Everything else.
Well, that's fine.
It's a spoiler. I mean, it's been like 10 years. So if you have
Spoiler alert.
I know. I missed my window. It's fine.
It's on you, but it's basically
Just watch it.
it's a very polarizing movie. I found that people either hate it or absolutely love it. There's not a lot of in between, but the whole point is it's like all of these horror movies that we've ever seen, they have the iconic characters. They have the jock, they have the virgin, they have the slut, they have the nerd, and they have the fool. And they all represent something that is being used to keep balances within the earth, within these.
Is that a coffee cup bong, by the way?
It is a coffee cup bong.
Yes,
I made sure
I was
that
hoping it was.
And so it's like they're in this house and they're being controlled via gas that comes from the vents to act like these iconic characters, and they end up going to the basement like you always do, and depending on which one of the items they pick up, it calls a specific type of monster. So if one of them picked up the snow globe, then the killer snowman comes out. The conch shell calls the merman, unicorn is called, the ballerina is ballerina dentata, a little girl in a ballet outfit with just a face that's just teeth. This is like the puzzle box from Hellraiser. They call it like the pain master or something like in there. But literally every single horror movie monster that you've ever seen is being kept beneath this building to be called up. And as long as everybody dies like they're supposed to, the old one will be kept at bay.
Nice.
Interesting. It seems like a House on Haunted Hill board game kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the problem.
That movie.
Everything has so much meaning, and I was like, oh, it's a fun movie. And I was like, oh no, I have to put so much in there.
Dude, I don't think anybody else could have done it. I don't think my attention span. Not judging
as the person that suggested it, you nailed it. When I saw that dollhouse and started looking, I was so happy. And then when you started explaining, I need to like download this and zoom in and really look at it. What is the fool doing? Is that a unicorn horn? I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh no, that's his secret bong it's his bong that folds up to look like a travel coffee mug, and he ends up using it as a club at one point. Yeah, I know. It's like the only reason I did not watch it while doing this was because either my girls were around or I had other work to do and I had to focus. But yeah, it's such a good movie.
And this is along the lines of like, I could see Goosebumps doing a bit like this. So it's not like the premise is dark and grim and probably scary, but it is kind of, it does have that fun, like, who's going to be the next monster, like the kind of.
But the movie's funny too.
Yeah.
It is funny. Yeah.
It feels like a satire in some parts.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really smart about it because everything they do, the script's super tight about all of these movies that we've ever seen since like the mid 70s, really, and how they're actually all in the same universe. It's all tied together. And they kind of explain, like, one of this board down here is all of the people in this department, they take bets on what monster is going to be called. And this guy bets on the merman. But there's like, one of them is the angry molesting tree from like the Evil Dead movie.
Oh, yeah.
That scarred me as a child.
For sure. Yeah. So, yeah, it just, again, either you love it or you absolutely hate it, but
it sounds cool. It sounds like my kind of movie.
Yeah.
It just seems like any movie that seems like is made by fans for fans to be like, I see what you did there.
100%. And it's kind of, as a movie nerd, it was filmed and then it got stuck on a shelf for like 3 years because they weren't sure how to market it. And like one of the main guys that did it was like one of the producers of something on Buffy. Like he had a lot of background and stuff. But
Joss Whedon wrote it. Did he not?
Yeah, it was something along those lines. But the main reason it finally got put out is because this character is played by Chris Helmsworth. And so he filmed it 3 years before he was Thor. And then he came out as Thor. And they're like, oh, crap. This guy's popular now. Let's put it out there. So you see it and you're like, why is Thor in this little indie horror movie? And it's because this was shot way in advance.
And since then, he's been able to sell every kind of movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
He's an adorable idiot in Ghostbusters. We're going to totally watch that now.
Yeah. No, Daryl, whenever I saw the RV, I totally made me think of him.
Yeah.
That's such a good scene.
I can almost see this as like a puppeted animation, like, like girl moving the RV and like the people. It looks so three-dimensional to me. And man, I would pay good money for this place.
When you said Ninja Turtle sewers, like building and reconstructing and adding other things to it, I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's that room right over there.
No, and that's I was afraid that if I drew the characters on top, I'd mess something up. And so I actually drew the characters all separate and then put them in via Photoshop just so I could have them unobstructed.
Love it.
Love the wallpaper trim too. It's
Yeah.
just it's so subtle.
Well, it had to
I
be in
didn't
the
catch
woods
that.
somewhere.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't have my ADD would have kicked in about, well, with the wallpaper trim. After that, who knows what I would.
God, this is great. God, these have been amazing tonight.
Yeah, this is making me want to watch this movie again. And
I think-
while you were explaining things, I snorted. So good job.
I'm pretty sure it's on Prime right now on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I have the DVD.
I was going to say, it is always in the cheap bin at Walmart. You can get it for like $3. So just go buy it. And
Yeah, you'll want to own it after. Just buy it.
And honestly, this is one that the first time I just kind of liked it, and the more I watch it, the more I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, especially because like after a little bit, you get in it and you're like looking at the monsters at the end, and you realize what each one like you've seen in all those other movies.
I haven't seen a whole lot. Like, I'm not as well versed. I mean, I'm familiar, but I'm not as well versed as like huge horror buff. So I don't know. I like to go through and pick things out. And like, haha, yeah.
Well, it's not like they're all like super obscure either. I mean, you
Right.
know Freddy or Jason or
Yeah.
you know, zombies and that sort of thing. So
Pennywise.
yeah, exactly. Killer
Fun
Clown.
fact, there's actually, I can't remember why I was looking up Cabin in the Woods. I think I'd watched it and needed to know some actor or something. But, oh no, it was when we did Halloween, like horror. We did Baba Yaga, but we were looking for different scary things. There's a database for Cabin in the Woods
Mm-hmm.
that will tell you what every single character on that board is.
Yeah, no, and that's I found it because I wanted to make sure I used accurate objects in the basement for whatever monsters I drew.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fun read if anybody just wants to have some time and is scrolling.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
Awesome. Oh, Eric, I think you're the only one that hasn't gone. Are you ready? This is the first one I saw, and it's got, the more you look, you see things, and it's adorable, and I love it. And I remember to share my screen. So tell me when you want to zoom in. Oh, wait. I have
he's
to
the last
open it.
one. We've seen
Oh,
everybody.
I was gonna say.
Oh no.
Did I just bring up the big? There it is. Okay.
Alright.
This is the reason you guys are like, hold on, let me open it up. All right. There you are. Boom. Oh, we didn't say, whoops.
Nah. Yeah.
Oh
Say
my
what you were
god.
doing.
Oh my
Let
God.
everybody know.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Dude.
Oh my god, yes. Dude, this is, man, oh man, this is awesome. You guys are killing it.
It's another one where I can kind of hear the soundtrack playing as you look at it.
So I couldn't think of anything more wholesome than Charlie Brown. So.
God.
Which the whole art style fought every single one of my tendencies as an artist to try and capture the Charles Schultz simplification. Whew. But no, I was super stoked to be working on this project.
Dude, I think I just figured out why that got, the one that, that's the chicken man at the bottom, isn't it?
Let's go, yeah.
I couldn't understand the skull, and I just hit me. That's my favorite scene.
Sorry, they're popping off. Sorry.
This is, and you did this by hand. This is done traditionally, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, yeah. How big is this? Because, man, I kind of want to buy this thing.
An 8x11, I think.
This thing is so rad, dude. So well done. God, you guys are just slaying it. Oh, you're slaying it.
Actually, Eric, you might want to sit in Nate's seat while you're presenting, since you're using his microphone.
Okay. Over there.
The funny thing is, I can also see like having this at a booth, and you could sell blue crystal covered cupcakes like nobody's business.
Wow. Nate's way taller than I am, so the headrest is kind of off. So. What are we talking about?
In your drawing.
Yeah. That's so well done. And like, I like that it has like kind of that yellowing to it too. I don't know if you did that intentionally or it's really neat. But it's like the way it looks
On the page itself.
yeah. It might have just come from the scan or scan artifact, but I just like the way it kind of looks.
Some of it's from the curves adjustments. Like I just kind of upped the yellow a little bit on this one because the yellow on their hazmat suits was not really separating from the wallpaper very well, so I had to hit some extra yellow in the curves.
Well, I think it's happy accident though, because to me it looks like it's on older paper.
Yeah, like newsprint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great, man.
See, the only one I'm not getting is the last character on the bottom.
That's Badger, Jesse's friend.
Well, wait, then who's the blonde?
That's Skylar.
Okay. Because she was by the guy, I don't know names, I'm so bad. By the guy with the cap, I was thinking Badger is. Yeah, he's brunette. All right. I love it. I love that I can see certain characters in these Peanuts. I recognize most of the Breaking Bad characters and all of the Peanuts characters.
It seemed too perfect. Like they translate across so well.
It was actually kind of easy to figure out who was going to be who.
Dude, you need to pitch this to somebody.
The facial hair cracks me up because we don't see that in normal Peanuts comic strips, but you have like Walter's beard, and Jesse's stubble. So,
but if Charles Schultz drew it, that's exactly what it would look like. So.
Would you like a cupcake?
Notice
the fact that when he's stirring his cup, he's got the tongue hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me zoom in every panel. I forget I'm in charge of this. I don't like it, by the way. It's Snoopy on the
He passed out from fumes more than sleeping.
Very well done. They're just hanging out on the couch.
I assume that's root beer.
Yes, I tried to get that in there, but I just could not get all of the words out.
That is my favorite scene with Gus. I can't believe I didn't catch that immediately when I saw it.
I couldn't get too graphic with it, but it was.
I think it's the perfect amount.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I barely watched. I think I watched like 1.5 episodes of this, and I still caught all of it.
Well, spoilers. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
They make a lot of cupcakes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same kind of cupcakes they make here in Missouri.
Yeah.
Bakeries are very similar. Very similar.
Yeah.
I think this is, if not my favorite, one of my favorite. A perfect finale. Do we lose Nate to the dogs, or is he coming back?
Oh, they got him.
Coming back.
I know, but Nate's gone. But Potbelly Mammoth is strong in the picture, so we're good. All right, well, that is the last episode this season. There will be a season 2.
Yes, in September.
I know we talked about maybe coming back sooner if conventions don't keep us busy. Something to think about, guys. Because originally,
You'll see us. Well, they'll see us between now and the next episode, of course.
we got to do another drink and draw.
Yeah, we're not gonna just go.
Yeah, we should have a structured setup for the drink and draw. And
James Bailey's signing off. But thanks for loving the show and thanks for being here. Good night. But yeah, that drink and draw. If you guys should have been there. There is a live stream of it on Visioncon's Facebook page, which you want to skip through because we just live stream the whole thing. So
yeah,
there's a lot of downtime. But I was sharing. We did art duels, which were super fun, and I would pull things out of a hat that people in the audience had given us.
Terrible thing.
They had 5 minutes to draw. Well, we were sharing those, and they'd finish, and they'd show them to the camera, and then I got to the point where...
Sorry.
Oh, Lord, no. They were not appropriate.
No, that's usually how they go, and I tried to warn you. Like...
I don't know how to go there, but yeah, I didn't think about it until I couldn't show it, and then I'm like, I looked at the camera, and I said, you should have come to the live version. We did something live, and you are missing a laugh.
You give grown adults with alcohol free reign. I mean, you saw the tickets. You saw some of the tickets that were submitted. Like no names, but
yeah.
And we had a crowd. It wasn't a huge crowd. We limited it to 30. I think we had about 20, 25 people there, maybe. And
pretty cool.
They were drinkers. They drank full time. The Prehistoric Brewing hosted us. They were happy.
You shout out to those guys, man.
Yeah. Canines for Camo it was $10 a ticket. You got a beer with that. The idea was $5 would go for the beer, $5 would go to charity, Canines for Camo, which is Visioncon's charity since before COVID hit, and will be until we have live con, so they can actually get some money. But Prehistoric said no. Keep our $5, make it the full 10 donation.
Nice.
The artists that showed up, it was Gary Bedell, Nate Howard, Eric E. Danger Wright, Corey the Sea, and Haley Codling. And they all brought some stuff for raffle prizes. They brought art people like so much. We sold, I don't know, I would say at least $150 in raffle tickets. Nice. We were able to give Canines for Camo from ticket sales and raffles $395, which for a small event, our first drink and draw, you guys need to come next time. Watch Clever Kaiju's Facebook page. Watch Visioncon's Facebook page. This is coming back.
And not just, with beer and alcohol and all that. We have other variations that we want to try out, to kind of reach out to different types of environments and different crowds.
I got a family-friendly version in mind. If we can pull in the right place, I will just take you people all over town and parade you out. Look at my artists. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is pimping, and that's illegal.
T.T. Barnum.
You get caught.
Clever Kaiju.
But when you get a tent, it's totally different, though. That's all we need.
We're just going to perform the songs from Greatest Showman.
As long as Gary sings the Revenge of the Nerds song.
Yeah. What is your obsession with that?
If we get at least 30 people in this room, we will sing the song.
If you distract the cops with it, then it's worth it.
Perfect. But, yes, season 2 will be back. Drink and draws. We're going to plan some more, so watch that.
Well, what's the first episode of season 2, Deanna, if you remember?
Yeah.
Gary is intent on, like I said, I own half of, because there's just 2 of us that own it, Playco Games. A very small company, we make games. And Gary Bedell drew 2 monsters for the expansion for Epic Monster Tea Party. So he's determined to do Epic Monster Tea Party as season 1. But I have a twist for you, if you're up for it. We keep joking about a drinking version because parents love this game as much as kids. It's kids' game, Tea Party. Epic Monster Tavern Party. It's something we would love to do. So I think you guys, since we're late night, should do the tavern monsters. They're dipping their captures in beer instead of tea.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought you guys would like beer. But stay tuned. We'll see what we do at season 2 if you show back up.
But it is going to start with an Epic Monster Tea Party something. So
you said it here. I know. He's a better promo for my company than I am. But in the near future, tomorrow, Virtual Visioncon 2021, day 3, final day, we have 2 more Clever Kaiju presentations coming. And that is, I got it pulled up. Nate, you're first, aren't you? 2 o'clock?
So, yeah.
Virtual Visioncon starts at 11:30 a.m. with all kinds of awesome content across 3 channels. But Nate, you're on channel number 3, VIP channel number 3, at 2 o'clock, and you are presenting what?
I am presenting vector illustration, basically cartooning and illustration in the mind of with the approach of like designer, like a graphic designer. Very similar art style to what you see me presenting. It's actually something that I kind of do on a regular basis. So I'll break down my process more.
Perfect. And then at 3:15, right after Nate, is Isaac.
Yes. Sequential Art Secrets. So I drew a few pages from the Terminator movie, turned it into a comic, and while I draw it, I talk about my decision making and like things to keep in mind, and just turn it into a little instructional. But I did have to pre-record it. I wasn't available tomorrow, but I think everyone's really gonna like it. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys are gonna tune in. So if anybody has questions during it, even though Isaac's not available at that moment in time on the schedule, if you have questions, these guys will answer as best they can. So join in and participate. We love that.
Again, I actually posted the link to our Discord in the comments. I'll do it again here.
Thank you, Dave.
Perfect. And then tell anybody that wants to, about the Clever Kaiju Discord where they can join in.
Nate, you want to tell him about the Discord? He's our like Discord guy, man. So if you ever bring up Discord, we're like, everyone shut up and listen to Nate.
So I just put in chat a link to our Discord, which is basically our like communication hub. It's kind of our open forum for just general discussions about anything and everything we've been using it for, but it's very specifically like all of us artists and everyone involved in Clever Kaiju is readily available to answer questions. You could post your own artwork and get some advice, get some feedback, or just be celebrated, because some of us just want people to validate you, and we're totally there for that too. But anything and everything you could ever need as far as an art community is what we're building with Clever Kaiju, and it's all under our Discord. Any content that we create for YouTube videos or personal videos or demonstrations, we post through there. It's just kind of like the one-stop Clever Kaiju like artist guild hub. So if you have any questions about anything that we do, either here or if you follow any of our content outside of Clique, and or if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, all of us are readily available, either like as a group, or you can directly message us personally. We even have chat in both video and we basically what you see here, but we have our own chat set up that you can jump into a channel and have a private conversation with anybody, or a public conversation on the spot. Works on all devices, mobile or otherwise. It's an incredibly handy tool for us to kind of keep connected and outreach for more people to be more involved.
And it's not that hard to learn, because I cannot work Discord and I'm starting to pick it up.
I mean, if you have something you want to post, chances are there's already a little forum on the left-hand side. Just scroll through to see, like, that looks appropriate, and just drop it in. If it's not, we'll just move it. It's no big deal. We're still kind of learning it, but like I said, I do a lot of content creation on YouTube and on Twitch with live streaming, and having just a hub where everything can be brought together in one place and organized well by subject. For everybody to just browse through at their own leisure, be involved in the parts that they want to be involved in, and then learn from the other things that, and just kind of take their time. We think we got it pretty well under control. Like, I think it should be welcoming and hopefully not too overwhelming for anybody to hop in and just start being involved and start conversations.
Oh yeah, just start clicking around and learning. I'm getting it, and I'm old, so everybody can pick it up if I can.
Well, we have a pen click specific channel, so if you have anything that you saw here that you want to talk about, ask us questions, or want to be involved in future pen clicks, like, hit us up.
All right, now I apologize. I got to check something in the other room real quick. But Gary, can you start the plug zone for me until I get back?
Plug zone.
Plug zone.
Plug zone.
This is the part of the plug zone.
Oh, this is getting rated R.
This is where we're going to talk about what we've got going on, what each of our projects are. I guess I'll go first. You can find me on Instagram under Artist Gary Bedell. My website is artistgarybedell.com, and on Facebook you can find me under the same name. You can also get some of my merch there. You can also go to graveyardslaughter.com, where you can get the Graveyard Slaughter comic, or you can get my book 1, which is a sketchbook that has a lot of my unpublished work until, that came out. And I'm working on sketchbooks 2 and 3. Isaac, you go next.
Sure. IkeComics.com, IKE. That's my nickname. You can find my Patreon there, and I have some instructional videos on there and other things like that, that I write-ups and stuff. So there's some good stuff on there, and my comics are all on my website. I'm working on the issue 8 of Musical Mishaps of Cat and Fiddle currently.
Daryl.
Nice.
Nightsend.com is where you can find me, KNIGHTS-END.com, or Instagram, Airleben, EHRELEBEN. I should have picked easier ones, but that's where you can find all my stuff, or just Google my name. There's not many Daryl Clonches out there, so it's pretty much all me.
Eric?
It's E.DangerRight on Facebook and Instagram. Interesting stuff. You can find my books One Flag and Enigma Inc. and 5-Man Midget Death Squad. If you're interested, I can mail them to you, whatever. And that's about all I got.
I don't know, man.
James?
I got J. Rutherford Art at Instagram, and that's all I've got going on right now.
Who is?
Anna?
Sorry, I started to talk and I was muted. Eric actually has a couple of prints for sale of Pin Click art.
Yeah.
Yeah. The T-Rex is awesome. It's pretty
How
awesome.
long are you in Springfield?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Born here.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Gary, continue.
Oh, no, it's all good. Anna? Oh, we can't hear.
No.
Just yell at James.
Actually, go over to James's machine.
Yeah.
Come on over here.
You'll switch a roux like the rest of us.
Okay.
Anyway, you can find me at deviantart.com /Aoi-Ryu. Yeah, right now, just working on some of my schoolwork. I'm trying to do some of my own work. I'll be, posting some of that stuff pretty soon, or sometime over the summer. So that's something to look forward to. So, yeah, that's what I got going on.
And Nate?
Yeah. I am Nate Howard of Mammoth Press, graphic design and illustration, notably Potbelly Mammoth, a comic series I started in 2014 that's available at potbellymammoth.com. Now a self-published book, Volume 1. Volume 2 is currently on Patreon. I'm also a content creator on Twitch featuring the Mammoth Press Multicade. It's an arcade cabinet that I designed and built myself. More as an outreach, just for fun, to play retro games and classic arcades, retro console games, and even some actually more modern PC games via Steam Link. But I do that on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and every now and then, actually, I've been doing it more and more. I've been actually doing live streaming of my actual art process, far more in-depth look at what I'm going to be sharing tomorrow on tomorrow's panel. But I've been segueing from that arcade gamer into digital artist on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/Mammoth Press.
I think that's everyone in the roster in the plug zone.
Don't forget.
Oh wait, Kate.
Oh,
you have
Me.
to speak up. You should say something.
I was gonna see if you remembered me.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah. I'm out of
somebody
here.
flip a table for this.
Gary, I left you in charge of the plug zone for the first time.
No,
I see
that's
how
why
it
you have
is.
to be here. I can't run with scissors. I can't. Sorry, Caitlin.
It's okay. It's cool. It's all right. So right now I'm currently working on Moxie, which is my webcomic, which can be read over at moxiecomic.com. And then I'm most active on my Instagram, which is Caitlin Blaine Art, or over at Twitter, which is Caitlin Blaine 7. And then you can also just visit CaitlinBlaine.com for links to all my social medias. And then I just launched my comic on Webtoons. So if people prefer that as a platform for reading webcomics, you can find Moxie over there. And also, I am going to plug my newsletter, which you can sign up for over at Moxie, because this summer I hope to announce launching my first Kickstarter for Moxie to get it printed. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome.
And then, of course, I always try to not do this, and Gary's very good at making me. I am with Playco Games. You like family-friendly games that are in small boxes. But play in under an hour. Like Tea Party can play 15, 20 minutes. With the expansion, Gary Bedell drew the monsters for a little longer. www.playcogames.com. We got 3 titles you're going to love. Maybe another one coming soon. With conventions coming back, we can actually get back into trying a little harder. I miss conventions. We're so close, people. Beyond that, we had today on Virtual Visioncon, if you didn't catch it, you missed, from Clever Kaiju, animation and exploration of 2D animation foundation techniques with James Rutherford, narrative illustration with Gary Bedell, watercolor tips and tricks with Eric E. Danger Wright, and then art school in one day with most of you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of you in that one.
Well, a handful of them.
My son goes to Kansas City Art Institute, and I can't wait to talk to him. He was watching it here while I was at Drury. I came back and he was still watching it, and I can't wait to talk to him about it. I think I heard a lot of stuff.
I was out running an errand, so I missed it.
I know, I missed it too.
Oh, I had it in my headphones as I was driving back. But yeah, people were talking, and I can't wait to watch it again. That's my point, though. You guys can be watching it on VisionCon's YouTube channel. We're going to, after Virtual VisionCon's over tomorrow night, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, we're going to slowly roll out all the content on YouTube. So you can't live chat like you can if you see it live. But you can see some really amazing stuff. Besides the art, we've got a lot of cosplay. We've got anime voice actors. We had a radio play done for Megaton Girl, which I missed, so I can't wait to hear and see. Just all kinds of something for everybody, really. just like the in-person con will be next year. So hold out a little longer. But let me double check my notes. I think that's usually what we cover. I usually tell you what the next episode is, which we covered what we're probably going to do, but we'll give you a definite date. Just follow us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you like. Clever Kaiju, Visioncon. Keep an eye on us.
And watch the older episodes, too, in the meantime. We're not gone forever. Just, we're going to come back in September. We're going to be doing stuff in between, so don't sweat it.
Yeah, good call.
Maybe like we haven't left.
Vision, if you go to youtube.com, look up Visioncon, there's a playlist of just Pin Click. There's lots of other good stuff, too, you should look at. Let's start with Pin Click. And like I said, when I interviewed you guys Friday night, you should start with the newer episodes and then go back, and then you'll forgive us. Because there's a learning curve on doing stuff live, and we got a lot sooner towards the end. But the art is amazing on every episode.
I mean, yeah, you need to go back and watch like the first season of Bob Ross Joy Painting. Like, you'll realize like that's normal and it's fine. And
no, we're not there yet. I think he's iconic and he's easily forgiven.
Sure, he was, but it was different experience in the very beginning. It was
start with our better stuff and then work back and you'll forgive us. But with that, anybody have anything to add, or are we wrapping up now?
I just want to thank all of you guys for being here. All the artists, of course, Deanna for hosting this whole season, putting up with our shit. Ma'am, we love you. She'll be back as well
for season 2. Here.
And she'll be working with. She's pretty much. She's a member of Clever Kaiju.
Yeah, she's Kaiju.
Let's not BS her.
She's one of us.
What is it when you don't get a degree, but the honorary?
An honorary degree? It still counts.
Yeah.
I'm an honorary artist without drawing a single.
Well, and I think it'd be really neat to, for her to talk to people about hiring artists. When it comes to like our games.
I know about that.
3 games.
Yeah.
So
the
she
business
is a
side
game
of it.
publisher.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be really neat to hear somebody talk about that. I know there are other game creators here in town. So like someone like yourself, and then maybe someone like Dave Stanfield and a couple other people could talk about that sometime.
Well, hey, they pulled me in the Discord, so if you have a question about that, ask me.
Yeah. Yeah,
she has
resources all around for sure.
Yeah,
you guys are great
for all the hard work you put in, and not just for all of the crew at VisionCon, like being able to keep this what was normally a once a year kind of thing relevant throughout the whole year on a regular basis, and for us to grow and as individuals and as artists, with the brand, the VisionCon, thing just got bigger, and we're really happy to be a part of it. So thank you to you and all of the crew that made this happen.
Oh, thanks for helping us keep it alive. And like one of the silver linings of COVID, all the horrible stuff it did, it made us sit at home and get bored and think, what can I do? And this is one of the things that was born. We would have been way too busy, or told ourselves we were way too busy to do this otherwise. So that pause created some beautiful things.
It's helped a lot of people bond too. A lot of us have gotten a lot closer as well.
I can't wait till more of you come to Drink and Draws, because I met 3 people in person I've never in person, and it was so cool.
One was in my house. He's like right there.
Hey,
I didn't see him in 30 years before the other day.
But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching us. If you haven't seen them all, go catch all the Pin Clicks season 1, because season 2 is only gonna get better. So, bye everybody.
See you next season.
Click.